Hello, everybody. After a little break, we are back after having finished beating the final boss of the first map. And now I have a few things I would like to get done first. Oops, get out the door. And that is to purchase our first legendary weapon, which this one isn't going to be used primarily for, let's say, fighting things. But we're going to go with the mining armature. And we have options on a bunch of different upgrades. And let's see, we'll just run through these. And this is going to be primarily used for mining, smelting on the go. It has that opportunity to, or I guess I should say the capability of smelting as you're mining. So that sounds like a really big plus for dropping onto a new map when you don't have all of the high tier furnaces to then make titanium, platinum ingots. And if you're in a pinch and a bind and you just need these ingots right off the bat, then you can just start mining these nodes and get what you need right off the bat. Let's see here. I'm not going to worry about the Defender's Fist there. Not necessarily worried about that. I like the yield from mining. Mining radius isn't such a big deal, but the yield is definitely what we want to go for. Let's see. Oh, I guess we have to buy it first. Now, it does show... let's see here. It does show I have 2 of them, so... might come back and buy another, a different weapon later. So... very nice. And let's see. Oops, too far. There we go. This one here. I think that's the one we're looking for. Now that is nice to have, but we can get that elsewhere. So let's go with this one here. All right. Stamina regen, movement speed, melee attack speed. More is what we want. All right. And then here we're going to go with yield from mining. And finally, now, wear rate isn't such a big deal. We can always send this back up to orbit and repair it that way. Again, not really worried about stamina consumption, but biofuel consumption, which means that we'll be able to use it for longer, in theory. So I'm just going to go with that one. And now we have a fully upgraded mining armature. That's it right there. Let's bring it down. I did make a few tweaks for graphic settings and stuff like that, so hopefully I'll have a little bit less hitching going on. less hang-ups, stuff like that. Alright. Then we do have maybe some stuff finished. Okay, we sent that back up last time, I think. But we can throw in quite a few other materials. The other thing that I wanted to make is Corite shotgun, and that requires 8 of the cores, which I believe we still have those. Let's go double check. Yes. And then what else does it need? 15 copper and 30 steel. Right. That's our 15 copper. And 30 steel. This crafts it up. And let's go over here. Put that off in there. It does have a shotgun attachment slot. So let's see. And I mean, 20 rounds, pretty nice, pretty nice. So don't really worry about the scope stuff. I mean, plus 40% stealth damage could be useful, but I feel like they're getting them in a stealth situation is going to be much more difficult than just running up and just doing straight up DPS, you know, as quickly as possible. Don't think that's really going to matter either. Now we don't want, I don't feel like we want that. Now granted it does kind of gives it a buckshot vibe, but, and that would work for buckshot, but I think we're just firing single stones here, so, which, no, we can actually go test that real fast. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's just drop that there. Let's go back here, grab our shotgun, and we're just going to put it in place of the pistol for now. And let's find a boulder, get some rock out of. Sometimes these are actually kind of difficult to hit when they're hiding under that foliage there. But overall, pretty cool, pretty neat. That one took 5% worth of the biofuel, but that got us almost 300 there. We can always pick up a few more little stones here, just because. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, the giant mining armature here definitely puts a little bit of a damper on your field of view. See, we have maybe some charcoal to go pick up whenever those stop burning. Hopefully they will. I did put a backstop over there on the side of my zebra enclosure, so hopefully that will keep that from spreading further, but let's see. Pick up a few more, because why not, right? Oop. Is there one hiding under there? There sure is. Alright. And indeed it does show. Now I got 25 rounds. That's from the backpack I'm wearing. And pretty much no real buffs to speak of. One from the food I'm just carrying around, and there's usually a Corites over here. So let's go see what we can do with this shotgun. See if it'll keep us from having to run 2 shotguns, although kind of don't really mind running both of them. I like having the extra output options. Don't see any health bars popping up yet. Guess I can run over here towards our burning trees. Oh, even one up there. These will despawn after a while. Let's just try to get rid of this so it stops spreading. Because once the trees are gone, they are gone. Then you have to use the terraforming device, which I haven't even gotten to yet. Try and stop this from spreading. I think we got it. Looks like we did. That one up there, not so worried about. I don't really have anything up there anyway. Let's see. I mean, I guess we can stack this stuff up. Why not? Now, I'm not going to have enough room for all of the charcoal, most likely, but let's see. Get our axe out. Just swap that for that. And let's grab some charcoal. Oh, just grab that one. Use this later for more gunpowder. Looks like the fire up there has put itself out. A couple more here. And I see a Corite up there. Awesome. A few more here. Pick that up. And I don't think there's any more stumps over there that I can see. There's one though. Let's grab that. And last one. Alright. Looks good so far. And oops. Yeah, we can swap it back out for the pickaxe. And then I'm a little bit overweight, which this will put us to a good test here. It's not terrible. Is it efficient when you have multiples? Not really. Now, probably more efficient if you take care of the armor first, which I can always try that later, but let's see, that put us through about 50 stone, so reload doesn't seem too bad. Let's go get this heavy stuff out of here. And we'll just dump it here for now. And drop the extra stuff off here. Add that to the stack there. And a little bit of chicken. Alright. So, looks like used about half a liter of fuel. And we should... I'm going to toss this in here. That still needs to finish filling up, but let's move that over. We'll fill this back up first. And now the easiest thing to use is going to be the tree sap and the sticks, which it's 5 and 1, but I kind of have uses for most everything else. The wood isn't really a really good viable option, because it is a 1-to-1. This is 5 to 1, but with one piece of wood, just to cross check that, make sure I've got that right. One piece of wood will make 10 sticks. So by breaking down the wood, you get twice as much. So it just seems like it makes way more sense to do it this way. Oops, turn that back on. And toss that in there, get it going. And then I don't think... I didn't leave any up there, and this doesn't have any in it. That still has some tree sap, so probably don't need any of it right now. The nice thing is about the Corite shotgun is that wherever you are, you can always get ammunition, so it is good for a backup. Now the real question is, what does it need to repair it? Stone. Even better. Even better. So you don't actually have to use anything special to repair it. It just needs one piece of stone, and that's it. One little rock. Not bad. And that is full. We can pull that out. Now that is full as well. Good deal. I don't really need to go mine anything. Not here anyway. So what I would like to do is send this back up. And with it being full of fuel now, it'll be perfect for, say, dropping down to Prometheus for a minute, or and trying to get some red exotics there so we can get some more stuff. Some better things, that is. Alright, swap that out, swap that out. And I feel like just kind of keeping it... good deal, we can add that to that, and I'll just throw this in here for now. It's kind of a backup shotgun. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I guess it is probably beneficial for me to go ahead and upgrade it since I haven't upgraded it yet. And we can add the narrow barrel, and then I'll need to go grab that one more piece. There we go. Grab the one more piece of carbon fiber. There we go. And then I can make the secondary better version, the upgraded version. We'll switch to this side of the bench. Put our gun there. And get that going. And let's see, let's go ahead and top off our ammunition. Now have our finished shotgun. Toss that back in there. I'll probably use it more when the moment calls for it, but for now I'm kind of happy with the current setup that I have. And let's see. Do I really need to go out there to farm a bunch of things? Let's just grab a few of those. Now if I recall, I think it's actually, I can look at this one and it should tell me as well. So 5 each gets me one of those. And for the tendons, which I do also have a ton of those. Oops, passed them. 3 each. So let's see. There we go, got 60 of those. And I'm going to save those because I've got a limited amount. Since I can get these anytime, I'm just going to start off with 60 of them. And I'm going to leave these for other things that can be made as far as decorations, trophies, that sort of stuff. But we're going to drop those in there. So it looks like it's going to take it 1 minute per. So maybe about 20 minutes, I think, give or take, something like that. $16 I think. Yeah. So each stack, going to pull 5 from there to make one of these, so 4 minutes per stack, so yeah, 16 minutes there, and those, I'm not sure if they have the same processing time or not, but all in all, not too bad for this machine. And I mean, I do have plenty of biomass, so I don't actually have to do it, but why not? Make some room in the inventory. Let's see here. Did forget to collect our extra charcoal from here. Probably not a whole lot in all of them, but it all adds up. There's some in the end ones that was quite a bit. And that one I think is actually out of wood. That one's almost out. Cool. Drop that in there. And let's see, what I would really like to do is go farm for the exotic Corite burrows. That would be nice to find another one of those. Like that, like that. Let's put these back in there. Like that, that, and that. Sort that up. Go back here. I don't think I left any of those. Sort again. Trying to decide if I want to leave those two slots open. Yeah, it's alright. Let's see, next. Now the thing is, as far as the operations go, all of the operations are complete here. I've done all of these. And I've done as many of these as it'll let me do. These are now locked, because once you take this certain path, you can't do the rest of them, so yeah. Which pretty much leads to doing, let's see, that's the big boss. And all of these are on the other maps, which haven't gotten to those yet. Haven't even visited Styx at all. I know it's similar to Olympus overall with the way it looks, but really would like to get to Prometheus for those red exotics. Let's see. Exit out of that. Oops. So what is that? Let's see. Okay, so it's got all the upgrades. Yep. Alright. And then here, there's still like these few more that we could get. But again, have to have those red exotics. Let's see what we've got here. Now I don't think that I have. Yeah, I haven't bought one of these yet. Which, let's go ahead and add one of those, and one of those. Still leaves us with quite a bit. And should be 4 of each of those. And last but not least, those. So now we've got all the ammunition we could need if we decide to go to another map. Oops. Backed out too far there. And of course we could always come back in here and get whatever else we needed. Let's see. Gatherer's backpack. That one would be helpful for early resource gathering. Let's see. Now this is one that I do have already that I could always call down. Actually, I kind of forget what I've got on that the other map. Don't worry about those for now. Now this armor is the one that gives the 1% chance, the extra 1% chance, which I really like that. I also like the idea of this tachyon armor Seems really nice for just overall stamina. Seems like you could run for days. And plus, every time you jump, you're not using as much stamina, so that's also nice. But as of right now, the armor that we have currently is probably the best thing to go with. Swap this out. But I would like to go and see if I can find one of those exotic corite burrows. But where to look is the question. Fish. Just looking, plants. Probably need to pull a lot of these out anyway and put them in the processor up there, or the composter, and then we can also use that as well for actually put that there. That way the smaller stack comes in first. Check on our... Not bad. It's already gone through quite a few of them. Just throw that there. Double check, just top this stuff off. Got our food. Check and see. I should have several stacks, I believe. There's 3 in there. Let's just make a stack of this. This in there, and well, that's not what I was trying to do. Oh, yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. That gives us the extra 4 slots. So let's do this. Bring that off of there. Just repair this stuff right there. Grab our pouches back. So, all right. Currently, I've got a little bit of time left in my sleep buff, but it's almost nighttime again. So I'm gonna make the rounds with the animals here, if I can get through. Excuse me. You're not gonna let me through? No? That's alright. Now you moved? How nice of you. How nice. 1 more eggs. Add those to our stacks. And I think they still had plenty of food. I didn't leave that door open there, did I? No. Check the cat's food. Just to be sure. He's still got plenty. Good to see that all of our fish are still alive. Good deal. Still need to finish collecting the rest of them. Wash our hands, get that extra little boost, and we'll just wait for the clock to run down a little bit. Still need to come up with a better solution for where I'm going to put these, because this is obviously not the best place. Still not sure. May have to restart the hand wash buff. And it probably has enough time, but I mean, might as well. Just trying to kill 30 seconds. Some windows open here. There we go. Start the buff. And now we can sleep. I think I want to run out to the desert, because I feel like that's probably going to be the best place to find what we're looking for. Get our buff started here. Whoops. That buff. Start this one. Kind of interested to see how the settings I changed, see if they actually made a big improvement. Looks like our FPS is quite a bit higher this time. Somewhere on average of 20 to 30 frames, give or take, depending on what it's trying to render and load in. Still room for improvement, but I could also, if I can't find one after making a lap out here in the desert, I can always come back and grab our radar and search for the exotic deep veins and just run a collection mission for those. And who knows, might even drop down over on Prometheus and see if I can't find an optimal spot for the base, for the main base. Where I'm at isn't an awful location, but I want to find a place that's going to give me the best safety overall for the base, based on the storms, since the storms there are drastically worse than they are here. and don't want to have to constantly be repairing the base, which I do plan on making everything out of concrete, kind of like I did here. That way it is. Does have less maintenance requirements. Yeah, I see you. I don't even need to fight you. Still kind of hoping that there would have been a big burrow here somewhere, but it's not looking like there's going to be. I see you, buddy. Yeah, I know you're coming. I don't know. I kind of feel like this setup with this shotgun, these two shotguns, is really the way to go. If I can keep it maximized to two shots per shotgun, I like that idea. And just keep the other shotgun for backup, because I mean it could still be useful for other things too. So instead of wasting the good ammunition, I can always rotate it out for the pistol instead. It does require holding a slot full of rocks though, which I guess now the rocks can just be viewed as ammunition, but they do weigh quite a bit. So as long as it's not taxing our open inventory weight limit, should be alright. But I feel like these exotic ones should be pretty, well, I wouldn't say pretty common, but more common out in the desert instead of here, just because this biome is the starting biome. And I could go fight the big boss again, but don't really feel like I need anything from him at the moment. Well, that didn't go as planned, did it? We're not going to have much choice but to fight this one too. Just toss this stuff out of there. I mean, these guys are a fantastic source for that chicken. Man, they are. Now, if I recall, I do have, yes, my heat resistance suit on. I think we just got the attention of another one, but this is what I'm after. Preferably the... I can't shoot at you when you're that close to me, bud. Still don't really need any of that. kind of hoping that maybe that exotic one where it spawned for that mission, I kind of hope it's still there. Skinning that one. And of course, if there's a sandworm, we're going to have to, of course, take that out. Yeah, there's no burrow up there. Can't tell if there's a sand disturbance up here or not, where the sandworm would be. It doesn't look like it's here at the moment. Yeah, that's all right. Maybe it's over here. Guess we could always just throw on the boss module. I wish these automatically went back into the other spot there. That would be really nice. Nope, not that one. There it is. And we'll just swap that out. And put this one back in there. And okay, so they looks like they're all over here. Mainly, I think, going to go for the tendons on these and just the exotics for now. Because those sandworm scales, I mean, unless you're carrying around or have another location set up to process those, probably not really all worth it to continue to keep grabbing them. Because it takes up so much space in inventory. I know, I could have a mount out here that would help, but I feel like this little sweet spot is somewhere over here. Yeah. Almost. Nobody's coming over to say hi. Turns out I snuck up on me there. And yeah, I definitely don't need the vestige anymore. Got all of those I can handle at this point. Just add those in there. Just keep stacking those. All right. And let's see. Looks like the other one ran away. It did. It ran up there. So that's all right. We'll just keep looking around. And there might be a faster way to find these things, but I'm not really sure how you can pinpoint them any other way. Especially looking for the exotic one in particular, but if I find one, I will be sitting on that thing for a good minute. Go ahead and take care of that while we're thinking about it. I do need to go back and make some more of those health potions. Although, I don't know if I'm really going to have to fight anything that's going to require me to go through them as much as the other one did. The Corite boss. I haven't seen any burrows either. Looks like our food buffs are going to run out too, so let's go ahead and pop those off. Hopefully this guy doesn't try to run away as soon as I get to him. Ah, good deal. We in the right spot? Now that ammunition did seem to go back there. Probably need to give these their own for now. And the other one is still up there. So we can always try and go up there and see if he'll stay. Probably won't. Probably going to try and run away. Each time I get to the third one, they always seem to run and relocate. Still not seeing any burrows out in the open down there. Maybe. Nope, looks like he's just a loner. Well, there is one there, and I think, let's see, oops, let's see, we're going to mark it just about like that. I think that was right. Yeah, it looks about right. Another one there, we'll come back to him. The worm should be just over here. Excuse you guys. There we go, right there. put those here. Put those there. Grab those. Put all those away. Ah, that one's already full. Very nice. And just throw that out of there. Top the hill here just to see if we can see any burrows from here. I don't see any. May end up trying back over here if that one doesn't turn out to be what we want. And there could be one up there as well. Let's see if we can sneak up on him. Still see it over there. Not worried about the dribbos. If they keep following, we can always turn around and get those guys. Still coming, huh? Alright. Now let's see, what do we have? It doesn't look like an exotic one. It's an oxite one. Well, okay. Really? Well, that's rude. They just took it away from me. Doubt there's one down here, but since he's down here, I'm just gonna go look. Maybe it despawned and respawned. Doesn't look like it, no. Well, that was uncalled for. Just took it away. We can top the hill, see if another one spawns somewhere else. Kind of crazy. Well, here's another one. Let's see if it takes this one away. Let's see, we can add that to... Yeah, why not? Let's just add it there. Then... I guess we can try over here. See if it is back in there again. Don't know if I'll get that lucky, but never hurts to look. Got another one. here. Now there was a gold one that kept spawning during that other mission, but I don't know if that was just respawning for the mission or what exactly. Let's see. Well, we're in the middle and I don't see one here. We'll try this leg of the pathways. Doesn't look like anything is here. Or down there, or down there. All right. Let's run back through here. Try the other way. Still not seeing a whole lot. I guess finding these burrows is just going to be sort of happenstance. It's just going to be a... You might get lucky, you might not. Especially considering I've only seen a couple. Including the one that just evaporated in front of me. I was hoping that returning back over here would have shown a couple more. Doesn't look like it's going to, though. Guess since I'm here... swap this out. We'll just keep this out for now. I have to say, this is by far probably the best pickaxe you could run if you're just going after exotics. There's two caves over here as well. Kind of side by side here. All right. Nothing in here. still got me. And may actually just run around here. Maybe there's some in that little horseshoe down there. We have another cave, that'll work. More exotics. Should be, yep, it's full now. I'll just add into that one then. Run around here. Probably going to get those guys aggroed on me, but that's alright. Alright, they ran away. See if we can get a little bit of a bird's eye view from up here. Don't really see any outlines anywhere that would be telling me that there's one. Try and keep an eye out for any extra little caves out here. See if we can at least get a couple hundred exotics before I try a new area maybe. Don't remember if there's any caves on this outer wall. More of these guys. Yeah, I can't imagine doing the DLC before having good solid access. That looks like a cave right there. Let's swap and get this one back out. Don't want to use our exotic one for this. That'll work. Rid of this. Swap back to that. And we'll just drop that in there. Splash damage is something else. Sure if there's any more unopened caves out here, but and still no burrows. I'm not sure if they're more prevalent in other areas in particular. All right, fine. Doesn't look like anything other than maybe a cave. Well, it's worth a shot. Might even just go ahead and send out. Might go ahead and get rid of the, send out the exotics. All right. Stop that. And another one. I don't know if we can get around that one. Maybe we can. About to be nighttime too. It would be really, really nice to find an exotic chlorite burrow. Oh goody, a heat wave. How nice. Let's see. I think I might run out of here and then run into the Arctic, see if I can come across one maybe that way. Now there aren't any bosses there. Looks like the bosses are pretty much all down there. I mean, I guess we could go on a boss hunt. Why not? It's a lot of running, but can't hurt. Matter of fact, let's see. Okay. Looks like all of it. Not bad. A couple of hundred. Some extra biomass. If we don't have any luck with killing the bosses and maybe finding one of these exotic burrows, then might just have to jump over to Prometheus and see what we can get done over there. Pretty much starting out pretty fresh over there, so like I was saying before, I do already have a little bit of a base going with the basics in there, but the mining armature, I feel like I can get a lot more done, but I do need to scout around and find the most optimal place for the main base. Something that puts us in the middle of a little bit of everything, gives us access to all of the easy mining locations for the deep ore vein. Okay, all right. There we go. Put a light on here. Oh, nice. There's another one. See a burrow, so I don't think he was anything special. Let's see here. Turn the light off, see how dark that looks on stream. Hopefully it's not too bad. We do have one right here, though. Looks like this one might be a coal by chance. Yeah. And we'll just add that to a new one. Yep. It's coal. Almost run right by it, not even see it. The only downside to running at night is you can't see far off in the distance. Imagine lots of worms here. The bees are up there. There we go. Oh, maybe not. Don't see any burrows nearby, but of course it is going to be really hard to see them. Oh, we have a bear. I think there is another cave here. Yes. Worms? No? Let's see. Add this over here. Yes, always more exotics. Gotta love it. And every time this is full, I get another 120 to send up to space. Yeah, we'll just leave it on. And go back this way. I mean, I wonder if seeing them that far off, if that would indicate that there is a burrow over there. I doubt it, but kind of want to check. I don't see one, though. burrow. All right. Yeah, no such luck. Could find a cave and make it daytime, but I'm already this close to home, so might as well just get the good buff and keep on going. Still no signs of any burrows. At least not right off the bat anyway. I mean, might as well go this way. That out, fill that up, swap that out, and grab that back. Go upstairs, get our buff. I don't think I had any extra ammunition hanging out over here. No. But I got plenty, so I should be okay. Could top up on the foods, though. Could top up on the foods. Okay. And I do have some more of those. Looks like I had just enough to fill that out. And then we've got nice little chunk of those in there. You know what? Since I'm going to go on a boss hunt, let's just grab a stack of those. Put those in there. Oh, come on. Oh. Might as well since I have enough. That. All right. Oh yeah, I guess I could drop off the sandworm tendons here. get out the door. And let's see, those bosses are still, looks like still in the same place. So let's go here. Since we have to go into the cold, swap that out. Add that back in here. Grab out, that's the tea. Let's go with coffee and cream. Put the water up. All right. A little more stamina regen. And food buffs wore off. I'm hoping the more harsh the environment, the more opportunity for the exotic ones to pop up. I don't remember, can I get down from here? Maybe? Does not look like it. Not there anyway. I honestly don't even think seeing one of those even indicates that there is a burrow anywhere. I think you just kind of have to get lucky and run across one. Check our cave here. Really rather not use my ammunition if I can help it. And just add it in here. Like my cooling buff is almost worn off. May have to cancel it in case I get over here into the Arctic before it completely goes away. I'm really hoping that that would do more, but Alright. Are you happy now? You guys happy? Okay. Probably ought to skin the polar bear for the bestiary. Take the extra there. Now, oh, did I really just heard another one. You don't say. Fix that up. All right. Let's just go ahead and cancel that. Oh. Hang on, folks. Be right back. Need to check something outside the house here. Okay. Let's keep the ball rolling here.
Need to go check on the neighbor.
Yeah. Neighbor had emergency medical, so wanted to make sure she was all right. Oh, we have a burrow, but it looks like this is a gold one. I mean, I suppose we could sit here and farm this one for a second. And I hear another bear. That's always nice to hear. Definitely needed to add more slugs out there. All right. Now, where is the bear? I know I heard it. I don't think it was that I heard. That, and we'll just leave the rest of you. And why not? Yeah, let's take that. Yeah, we can just add it into this one. It's fine. Not gonna worry about any of that. I don't know if these guys can also drop. Extra exotics. Not entirely sure. Doesn't seem like it. Looks like you can just get it from breaking down the burrow. Stop in and check on some of our oh, there's a cave around here somewhere. I think it's over here. No. Yeah, I think there is one up here. Yeah. I mean, I would much rather him tell us when he hears something than just to ignore everything. Okay. Move those. And on to the next one, which I think there's one down below us here. Let's see. Can I? Very nice. Down in there, it doesn't look like. Yeah, we'll need to check in on our neighbor, make sure she's doing okay. Now there's another cave. Let's see, I think it's actually down here where we're going. There's the other cave right there. Well, that was extraordinarily easy. I was expecting way more of a fight than that. Interesting. Always take their vestiges, though. I like their vestiges. They look cool. Top that one off there. Give it a little sort. And now I did hear a bear. Ooh, and there's a Vesper nest right there, which I know these explosive rounds should do a fair amount of damage to those. And all right, got our buffs topped back off. Looks like there's no exotics down there this time. then let's see. That's where the next one is. It's up there. I don't have to hit all of the caves, but I guess I can always just hit the ones that I'm close to. Hopefully all of my ramps that I've set up in the past are still where they need to be if I need them. Okay. There we go. And let's go here. Almost to the point I'm going to have to start making more pistol rounds. We're just going to skirt on by. Scorpion there. Probably could take out the polar bear, but I'm a little curious as to how well... I mean, these guys aren't armored, but they can definitely do some pretty serious damage if they want to. Not bad. Okay. Go ahead and skin it. I don't know if I've got the Arctic one, and I don't need any more of those. Just leave the rest of it there. Still haven't seen another burrow. Check this cave up here behind my little outpost I put up here a long time ago. This is where I came to set up. Ah, there is a burrow out here. Not really sure what kind it is, but doesn't look like... That looks like iron, maybe? Yeah, iron. Add that there. And just throw that in there. This is a good place for taming mammoths, accumulating a ton of epoxy by farming out the mammoths, because they just seem to continuously respawn here. See if I can take this guy out. Well, guess not. Which I think now I can actually reclaim this stuff. Don't need to leave it out here anymore. Let's see. We'll put the door in. We'll just throw the door in that one. Of course. Now, I wonder if that door was actually... It is intact. Okay, cool. Find our repair hammer. Right here. Swap it out with that. Okay. Not entirely sure how those took damage, but nonetheless. Ah, I am full in there. No big deal. Can add those to that. Am I also full on the floors? Nope. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Stuff in here. Drop that off. Really nothing in here that I absolutely need. I did leave this campfire out here. I think I'll take that out.
Stone woman, you ain't driving shit anywhere. Not happening. Now I'm going back to this, and then I'll go get it in a minute.
OES departed.